If you missed our last episode, we talked about the initial reaction and like the pre-reaction to Life of a Showgirl, and now we're gonna completely deep dive into all of the tracks.
Every single one.
So excited.
We yap a lot. And
we yap a lot.
Loved it.
I love it so much. I've honestly missed it so much, and I just love doing this with you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through all of the tracks, and let's get started. So the first song on the album is Fate of Ophelia.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's really hard for the first song to hit for me. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'll just rank it somewhere in the middle. The way it started out and both of our jaws dropped.
I had a feeling Fate of Ophelia. I think I ranked it mid tier, but Fate of Ophelia is definitely one of her better album openers.
Yeah.
Like, I would say top for me is Fearless.
Yeah.
And then Ready for It, and then Speak Now.
Yeah.
But, like, this is up there.
Yeah.
It's a really... Oh, and Midnight's, duh. Lavender Haze was really good for me.
Yeah, I didn't like Lavender Haze.
Really?
I didn't like Lavender Haze until the tour.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
The tour really upped it.
Yeah, the tour really did it for me.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of the Swiftie that I am. Like, I need to marinate in things.
Yeah, and that's...
And then I also, like... I'm not a boppy kind of gal.
Yeah.
I am a depressed girl.
Yeah.
I love my depressy songs. But the fact that, like, I even love this album, it's, like, really shocking. But yeah, so Fate of Ophelia, obsessed. Mm-hmm. It is so good. Production is phenomenal.
I love it.
Yeah, like, they did so well with it. The story behind it. I loved her vision with the music video. It was so good.
Yeah.
And I think it just, the song was already top 3 for me. And it just added even more to it by seeing a really, like, I haven't seen a, like, intentional good music video like that in so long.
Yeah.
So long.
Yeah. Where it's, like, enough abstract ideas, but enough for the audience to, like, kind of tie it all together and understand it for themselves. I feel like she has certain music videos that are intentional, but they're so far off, like, the abstractness of it all. Yeah. You're just like, I don't, what, like, Style, right? The Style music video. I get it. I understand, like, that, but it's so abstract that I'm like, but what are we really trying to achieve here? I'm confused now. Yeah. And I think the Fate of Ophelia's music video, like, hit a really nice balance between the two.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I will say I need a refresher on Hamlet. I love Hamlet, but I had completely forgotten about Ophelia.
No, same.
Like, I didn't remember. I just remembered someone drowned.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even remember that. I, first of all, was like, who the hell is Ophelia? And where did this come from? And then I was like, oh. Jenny started speaking, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so dumb.
It's
like,
Hamlet.
I'm so dumb.
Yeah. It was so nice to have that context.
Yeah.
Because even when Taylor was explaining it, it was a little hard for me to follow.
Yeah.
But because I had that context, I was like, I know what she's talking about.
Yeah. And I just love that we went from, like, so tortured, literally tortured, to, like, thank you for saving me from the fate of Ophelia.
Yes.
Because I truly think she would have metaphorically drowned without finding her partner, because that has just been something she just has wanted that for so long. That doesn't make her a trad wife, okay?
Yeah, can we I need a rant about that for a hot second. This woman is 35.
Yeah,
okay?
She's allowed to want a partner.
By societal standards, by current misogynistic societal standards, that woman is geriatric.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but
No.
Society, an unmarried woman at 35.
What's wrong with her?
What's wrong? Like,
yeah.
You know? So she's not going to be a trad wife. She has literally a whole career.
Yeah.
Not that you even need such an established career to even justify wanting to get married. Like, we've gone so far left, we're on the right.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I literally saw a comment that was like, married women can just be a wife, right?
Yeah.
Like, she was like, I can love baking and love my husband and, like, be so happy with my family and have a career and, like, I'm just a wife. Like, it's not a trad wife. I'm just a wife.
Yeah.
Like,
That's, yeah.
we don't need to make it a whole thing.
Yeah.
Just because I want kids doesn't mean that I'm, like, automatically trying to just, like, be, like, a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Like, it's the connections are crazy.
Yes.
And, like, don't get me wrong, I know this happens every single album, but I feel like this one is really just...
It's not... And my other thing, and I this might be another side rant because I don't want to off-track us right now, but we will talk about the lyricism because I'm upset at... I'm upsetty spaghetti at people who are like, the lyrics just don't hit as hard.
What lyrics are y'all listening to?
Like,
are we okay?
We don't... I've heard some absolutely wild takes.
Horrible takes, actually.
That I'm just like, it's not that for this era, it's not that deep.
Yes. And that was actually the point. She just wanted, like, fun pop girl, let's go.
And not all of them are fun pop girl anyway.
No.
Eldest daughter, which that's another thing that I can go on a rant about.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there when we get to track 5.
Yeah. In terms of Fate of Ophelia, bringing it back. In terms of Fate of Ophelia, I think it was a 10 out of 10 opener for this era. And I loved her story behind it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Even just on, like, the lyrics on this song. Like, she brings so many, like...
For Fate of Ophelia.
Yeah, it's like, it really brings so many elements of the rest of the album in. Like, she mentions being an eldest daughter.
Yes.
And it's just like, there's still crazy bars in this song.
Yeah.
I think people hear an upbeat song and then you don't hear, like, all my elegies eulogize me.
Yeah.
Eulogies, whatever.
All that, yeah.
And suddenly people are like, oh, she's
fallen off.
She's fallen off.
Mind you,
she didn't write Folklore and Evermore. Those albums still exist, mind you. You can hit play.
I also want to say the comments that I've seen where people are like, oh, so Joe really did write Folklore and Evermore. That is so misogynistic.
Yes.
That man might have
Why
helped.
are you giving another man credit for clearly things that you think if that man wrote these 2 albums?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Joe. Like, literally no Joe slander over here.
No.
But, like, you think if he wrote those albums, he would stay silent up until today about writing those albums?
Yeah.
No. Also, you think the girl that prides herself in writing 95% of her music would just let a boyfriend write everything and then she slaps her name on it? Clearly we don't know her well enough if that's what we're thinking.
Also, it was so interesting to me every time leading up to the release. Anytime either Taylor Nation or, like, from Taylor's account herself posted about the album, it was always The Life of a Showgirl, written and produced by Taylor Swift, Max Martin, and Shellback. Like, every single caption had that, which I personally have never seen before. Like, it wasn't Folklore written by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, Folklore acoustic version written by Taylor. It was just written by Taylor Swift, Max Martin, and Shellback everywhere.
Yeah.
And you can see that everywhere, too.
Like, for the girl that wants credit for everything and then wants to give credit for literally using...
the phrase
father figure, you think that she's just stealing someone else's writing? Like, crazy work. Also, love the, like, sorry, we'll move on from this song, but when she's like no longer drowning and deceived, I like directly related that to, like, you can directly relate it to whoever you want, but I think, first of all, albums and lyrics are always better when you just internalize them and relate them to your own life versus trying to figure out what's going on in hers.
100%.
But sometimes it is a little bit easier. Like, I can be like, oh, like, drowning in, like, the sadness and the depression of it all with one relationship, and then the deception of it all with the other relationship. And then this person came along and just, like, opened, like, this joy that was just, like,
missing.
Yeah, that was missing from, like, her life for 10 plus years at this point. And it's like, that's so relatable, whether, like, you're single or in a relationship or whatever, and it's your own mental health. My own mental health I've drowned in and I have been deceived by.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's just so much.
There's a lot.
There's so much.
I always, I think, internally relate it to my own experiences with myself.
Yeah.
Because I would say I'm also in, like, I've come out of my Folklore Evermore TTPD era that I've had for so long. And then when you have an extended period of, like, just, like, not even happiness, just, like, being content.
Yeah.
It is so, you're like, this is such a foreign feeling.
Yeah.
And you're just like, did I actually just save myself from drown? Like,
yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Are we out of the woods?
No, literally. That's kind of what this whole album was giving. Also, it's like, it's not, are we out of the woods? It's we are out of the woods.
Yeah. It's like you are out of the woods and you look back and you're like, wait, we're out of the woods?
Yeah.
We're out of the woods.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, that's literally what this album was, which is so, so crazy.
I love it.
Anyways, Elizabeth Taylor.
So good.
I don't really have much to say about it.
I have one thing to say.
No, you're good.
So when we first listened to it, it actually fell to the bottom even more.
Oh, wow.
I love it now. It's still like top 5 for me. But you know, that guy on TikTok who makes like random songs on his keyboard.
Yes.
Like he'll just be like, India.
Yeah.
You're so blah blah blah, and you're just like, it's just like random songs about, I'm forgetting his name. He's so funny. But the very first, when it opened, the Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, it gave like,
is it gonna be forever or whatever?
Yeah.
I was like, the first picture that popped into my mind was him being like, Elizabeth Taylor. And I was like, oh, I have to get this image out of my head.
That's crazy work.
But once the production hit, I was like, oh yeah, and we're back.
Yeah. No, the production hit, and I was already like on a high from the Fate of Ophelia.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, like, don't get your hopes up too high.
Yeah.
And then the production hit, and I was just like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is so good. And I, once again, just loved how she, like, explained it, and she was just, like, talking about how she's just had that line written forever, and how she brought it all together. And I was just like, and it seems like Elizabeth Taylor's, like, team and family all seem very, like, happy that a new generation is learning about her and who she is and all of that, which is so fun.
It's so interesting because Elizabeth Taylor was like the first like old, actually that's a lie. I think who was in Audrey Hepburn? Yes, I think she was my first like deep dive celebrity from like before our time.
Yeah.
And then that led me to Elizabeth Taylor, which led me to Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Like when I remember in middle school being like, ooh, like, let me read all about Elizabeth Taylor. And I think she was one of the first celebrities to come out with, like, a perfume.
Yeah.
Either that or her perfume has been the longest celebrity perfume. Oh. She had, like, a double set of eyelashes, like, naturally.
Yes.
Like, just, like, random facts. So when I saw Elizabeth Taylor as, like, a actual title track, I was like, oh, yeah. My special fixations are coming back.
Yeah. No, it's so good. I love it so much. And then did you see the Easter egg that she gave us like 3 years ago about this song?
About Elizabeth Taylor?
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Do you remember when Kelly Teller gave her that ring? And she goes, this is an opal ring.
Yes.
Worthy of someone like Elizabeth Taylor. And then Kelly was like, you're my Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, I do remember this.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
Actually,
apparently.
I probably did.
There's
and then
probably
I was like,
nothing to think of it. It was probably so coincidental because clearly Elizabeth Taylor is big enough in her life that she's like writing lyrics about it.
Yeah.
That she looks up to. But like, just, I thought that was crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah. And then going right into, because of opals, Opalite.
I love it.
This song was so funny to me because obviously Travis said it was his favorite song. Mm-hmm. And then we like listened to each song and then we yapped a little bit so we like could post our reactions. And so all of like my other friends that were listening were ahead because they were just running right through. And I get a text from one of our friends and she goes, you're going to love Opalite. It's my favorite song on the album. And she's like 5 songs in at this point. And so we get to Opalite, and I'm just like, oh, no. because I was on such a high.
Yeah, I mean,
from the first two.
The first two really knocked it out of the park.
So, like, everyone was like, it's like the 3, like, song run. And I was just like, oh, I don't see it. I think I didn't hit. And Riley was so upset. She was like, what do you mean this is, because, like, right after she listened to the whole thing, she was like, no, this is my favorite song off the album. And then we got to Solid Core and we were like working out to this, and it played so many times. Like, Lindsay had it playing before the class, she had it playing during the class, she had it playing after the class, and then we listened to it in the movie, and then the movie again. I saw the movie 3 times, by the way. And like, I just heard it so many times
that you were like,
and then it solidified it when we got to the movie.
Okay, the first time or second time, third time?
Probably the first time, honestly, because I actually heard her talk about Opalite in an interview she did on a radio show.
Okay.
And she said, like, the same concept of, like, opal being man-made and happiness being man-made. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, I must listen to it again. And then I heard it again at Solid Core. And that's when it was really, like...
Clicking. And
then I heard it in theaters. And I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah.
It is, I think, a very... very Travis Kelce code. At least, I mean, I don't know Travis Kelce, but like from what I've seen from the podcast and like just the interactions, it is such a, it's not a human exclamation point, but it's more, in my mind, I interpret it more as like a, there's things happening around me all the time that are just bad, but I'm just gonna choose to, like, again, not toxic positivity, but like, you know what? It's just like, why be sad twice? Like, just, it's fine. Yeah. You know, you can accept something bad that's happening and also be like, well, I'm just going to keep working through it while feeling my feelings, and accept the fact that, like, eventually you're going to get better. Yeah. And I think that's also very, very reflective of where I haven't felt like that ever before. Yeah. But I think I had to learn how to feel like that. Yeah. And so to hear it reflected in a song, I'm like, yeah, I know this lesson. Yeah. I understand it now.
Yeah. And like, I always say, like, with my, like, specifically mental health, like, there was genuinely a time where I had to make the active decision, because my therapist, like, once told me, she was like, you have depression. You are just a chronically sad person. Yeah. But she goes, that doesn't mean your life has to be sad. Yeah. And so every single day I had to wake up and I had to be like, this is going to be a happy, good day. Yeah. And I did that for over 10 years until I started actually waking up recently, and it just was like naturally happy. Fine. Yeah. Like, I'll be okay. But like, you have to, and so it was just like, when she said it that way, I was like, that's literally the story of my life. Yeah. Yeah. And even, like, going back to, like, when she says, like, all the perfect couples say, when you know, you know, and when you don't, you don't. That's one of the most annoying phrases somebody could tell a single person, because they're like, whatever. Like, obviously, you theoretically know that, but it's so true.
Because it's useless to the person who's getting the advice.
It gives nothing. Yeah. You're giving me nothing. But, like, when you have your person, you know. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, now it just all makes sense. Like, why that didn't work out, why this didn't work out. So glad I left that situation. Yeah. And, like, it all just lines up and makes sense. But up until you actually find the right person, not just any person, nothing makes sense. Yeah. So when she goes, like, when you don't, you don't, I'm like...
And I think the majority of the time, for at least an average person, like, you're spending your time in the you don't part. Yeah. When you don't, you don't. Like, that's the majority of the feeling that you're going to feel. Yeah. So it is hard to reconcile, like, okay, well, at some point it's just going to flip over to the when you know part. Yeah. And it's just like, okay, I'll trust you. It's trusting the process, and you're like, okay, but I don't know what the process is. Yeah. Yeah. So.
And clearly, based on this song, it's like, you can be with someone and still feel so alone, and still feel like you're wanting something different. Yeah. And that changes when you find the right person. And I love how she tied it all together. Yeah. So.
I also really like the bridge. I can't remember it. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the bridge, I think, for me, did it. Mm-hmm. Especially because it's also mixed really well. And I don't think I know Max Martin and Shellback get a lot of like praise for their production, which is like, I love how they bring out the lyrics and the musicality of it all. But the mixing of the vocals is something that they don't, I mean, at least I haven't heard people talk about it a lot. The part where she's like, don't you sweat it, baby.
Yeah.
The way she sings it and the way they've like done something with the vocals there is just so good, especially after the bridge, because every single line she says like something bad, like, and it makes it feel so large, like a storm. You're like, oh my gosh, a storm. And then she's like, inside a teacup, actually. Like, you're taking all of that and putting it just like, oh, it's a teacup. Or like thunder, oh my gosh, thunder. Oh, it's a drum. Like, it's very like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're dancing in the chaos.
Yeah. And I think that I like can't even imagine on a scale of her like life how that's even how she's done it this long. And I mean, clearly she nearly drove herself mad doing it. But like, I think about even just our lives, it's like sometimes it just feels, and we do this all the time, it's like something happens and we just feel like it's the biggest deal in the entire world and our whole life is over. And then we so quickly now remind ourselves that we are literally a speck of dust in the universe. And like, it actually is not that serious and it really doesn't matter. And I think that is one of the best things that could have happened to us. It's, once again, it's not toxic positivity. And it's not just like being like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's just realizing that in the grand scheme of things, even if it matters so much today, it's not going to matter as much tomorrow. Definitely not going to matter as much next year. And definitely not as much 10 years down the road.
Yeah. And I think that also helps frame the things that actually matter.
Yeah.
It gives you enough energy to deal with the things that actually matter.
Yeah.
Because then you're not spending all your energy with like all the things that don't really matter, but you're like, oh my gosh, they matter so much.
Yeah.
And then the things that actually matter, you're just like, well, I have no energy left for them anymore. So, and then you don't, you know, address that. And then it really,
it just all is bad.
It is all bad.
Yeah. And like, you can see that in Tortured Poets. You can see that even in Midnights or Folklore or Evermore or Red. Like, you
Red,
just,
my God, Red.
God, and that's why it's one of my favorite albums. Like, it was my top album for so long because you really can feel it like so much.
Every single thing is like,
oh, like it's exhausting. Yeah. And I don't know if you saw the interview, but I think it was so well said where she said that her friends and family in the last 2.5 years are like, this is the most you we've ever seen you be. Yeah. And I literally got chills when I heard that. Yeah. Because it's like, to hear that from the people around you is so insanely important. Because it's like, you know who I am to my core, but that doesn't come out all the time. All the time, yeah. And it gets very reserved and it gets like put down and put in a box and tampered down because people told you were too much or too loud or too this or whatever. And to be with, like, for her, it was really, I feel like just like everything worked out in like a great timing. And it came together, but like, also give the man where credit is due. Like, I do think Travis has a huge deal, like, part of it where he was just like, or you could just try being happy. Yeah. You know, have you tried being happy? And she's like, huh. Yeah.
And not in a like, well, just be happy way. Like, not in a like reminder, like, this still exists.
Yeah,
like,
and like we live such a great life. Yeah. And I think it also ties, and then it goes directly tying into wish list as well. Yeah. Of like, these are things that we all dream about and that she has, but she was wishing for something that so many of us had. Yeah. And it's like, there's always more that can be wanted, but like, you find what makes you happy and you stick with that and like, you'll be okay. And I think that this song is just great and like what it shows of how her life has progressed.
It's a time point, or what is it called? Like a snapshot of like this, it's a pivotal moment. Yeah. Where things kind of have gotten better. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't very eloquent, but whatever. It's fine.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. That's why we listen to music instead.
Yeah. Father figure.
Father Figure was a whiplash for me because the context is I called Amelia
Yeah.
in the middle of her voice. I didn't know she was in a voice lesson, but I was listening to Father Figure. Also, I'm a huge George Michael fan. I love Wham.
Yeah.
Wham, ABBA, Queen. Like, these are some of those bands that I grew up on.
Yeah.
And so to hear that he was credited on the writing, I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. So I like started re-listening to Father Figure, and I just couldn't place like any kind. It's such an interesting song because he goes in and out of melodies, but it still is a very cohesive song in my brain. And so I was like, I wonder what, for all of my maybe Indian classical music baddies out there, I was like, I wonder what raga this kind of fits into.
Yeah.
And I had my own like, hypotheses, but my dad didn't pick up. So I called Amelia. And Amelia was in a voice lesson.
Yeah.
So after she finished, she called me and we were trying to like kind of decipher it.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 ragas in there that like all correspond to different parts of the song. So I was like, I wonder what part of the song she's going to sample.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is now like a 45-minute conversation. We're like really getting into it. Fast forward to release day and I'm like, I don't hear anything.
And then we were like, we really gaslit ourselves.
Yeah.
We were like, maybe like we are just not listening or hearing it right.
Yeah.
Then you get to the theater and she tells you that it's just father figure.
I'll be your father figure is the phrase she wanted to use.
And that in itself is such a crazy thing for her to do. And I think was very obviously very intentional.
Yeah.
In the way she clapped back with that and like how things have happened within the industry.
Yeah.
But like it's just so crazy.
Yeah. I think I was yesterday years old when I realized when you sample a song, you can also sample the phrase.
Yeah.
Not just the music.
And I think everyone expected the music.
Yeah.
And she goes, it's just a phrase.
It's just a creative writing prompt
and
for
she
me.
goes, and I just wanted to give him credit where credit was due.
Yeah.
Nuts. Literally nuts.
Very Taurus coded. She's not a Taurus, but she could be.
She could be. And I've seen some theories of like, I protect the family.
Yeah.
Them being 6 of them as like the 6 Taylor's versions.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's a very...
I think it's a multifaceted.
Yeah.
Because like she said in the release in theaters where she was like, some parts of this song I relate to as the person who has the father figure, and some parts of the song I relate to being the father figure.
Yeah.
And I think listening to it from one perspective all the way throughout is not like, it's really confusing because you're like, who is this about? And then it's all weird.
But then I think it makes sense because I think inevitably in your career, if you do it long enough and if you do it right, you go from being the protege to being the father figure.
Yeah.
And you go from being the person who is just like kind of being taken advantage of to being the person that could potentially take advantage of somebody else.
Yeah.
And I think it just like puts all of that together in like a crazy kind of way.
Yeah. I think I'll relate more to the song in residency.
Yeah.
When people are like actively teaching you skills.
Yeah. Or like when you're like doing things and literally this love is pure profit, just step into my office. Like, I feel like that's what residency is going to feel like for you.
It's just, I mean, capitalism, but like it's a business.
Yeah.
It's a literal business. And I can go off about this, but it's literally being taken advantage of for basically free labor. Who said that?
Yeah.
Like
foolish decisions, which led to misguided visions.
Yeah.
Yours isn't misguided. You know exactly what you're getting into. But like at one point, we all thought it was just going in to save lives.
Yeah.
And it's just so much more than that. And I think that like that's what most career paths end up being. So.
Yeah. The nuances.
Which also then ties back into the life of a showgirl. Anyways. Yeah. It's all very connected.
It's very cohesive.
Yeah. Cohesive. The lyricism. Pay attention. Damn. Open your ears. And that leads straight into Eldest Daughter, you haters.
Absolute cinema.
Straight at Dana. Also, I want to clarify what the hell an eldest daughter means. because there seems to be some confusion in my household and in this world. An eldest daughter
Tell him.
is the oldest child that also happens to be a daughter.
Yeah.
If you are the first daughter of the family, you are still not the eldest daughter. You have to be both. You have to be the eldest sibling and a daughter.
And a daughter.
If you are the youngest child and a daughter, you are just the youngest daughter. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Bonus points if both your parents are also eldest siblings, born to grandparents who are also eldest siblings, because that really hits.
And even worse, I don't know if it's even worse. It's two sides of a worse coin, you know? When you're the eldest daughter to two youngest siblings.
Two.
Yeah, like both my parents.
Oh.
Both my parents are the youngest siblings in both their
Oh,
families, so
have
they don't
no
understand.
idea. Yeah.
And then I'm also marrying a youngest sibling. She's not younger sibling.
She's an honorary older
yeah,
sibling.
she's an honorary older sibling, but like dynamics be wild.
That sounds crazy.
Because my parents just don't get it.
Yeah.
They
I don't think my parents really get it either.
Yeah, well, because then you also, in order to get it, you have to work through it.
Yeah.
No one wants to do that.
No one wants to work these days. Capitalism is crazy.
And I have so much to say about the song.
Yes, me too.
Okay, great.
Go for it.
Okay, great. Because I think it is exactly the criticism everyone is getting is quite literally the point. Because personally, okay, you're better at this. And I think that it's because you're mixed a little bit further into Gen Z than I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I try so hard to be cool. And I come
You
off
are cool.
No. I have to call my brother and be like,
oh my gosh,
what's that phrase again? What are people saying again? Wait, did I say that right? And he's like, no.
Riding around
Who
the
says
block.
that? Yeah, like, he's like, why did you, that's not the phrase. He was like, you're so dumb. That's so cringe. And I'm like, and that's the whole point of the song.
Yeah.
It's like, the whole point is like, there's all these memes, or like Tapas and like Dana will like start talking about these memes. And I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. And I just like try to catch up, and I'm always a step behind. And I feel like cool adjacent, but I've never felt cool as an eldest daughter. And I just think it goes so hand in hand.
Yeah.
And I think the song does such a good job that it's going over people's heads.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I also really, I think the other part that's going over people's head, because they haven't deconstructed what it means to be an eldest daughter, is the most common take I've heard on the internet, which is, I relate more to father figure than eldest daughter. That's the point. Like, yes.
It's the child that was parentified.
Yeah. And because you are your dad's daughter.
Yeah.
That's a saying. Like, I am my father's daughter.
Yeah.
I will protect the family.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like you're being told to be the man, like, quote unquote, man of the house. But then you have to hold feelings for such a complex relationship with your mother.
Yeah.
And bonus points for intersectionality when you are brown and like have that complex going on. And you do
God forbid you're first generation anything.
But yeah, it's like you have this like, it's just so, there's so many layers to it. And yeah, you do for a very long period of time. I also felt like I would have probably related to father figure more than eldest daughter, but that's the whole point, because deep down, ask yourself, don't you actually just want to be a girl and be like la 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 la, like, and just like frolic or and you're soft and you're not the baddest and you're not trying to do anything, you're just trying to be yourself, and that's the point. That's the point.
That's literally, and I just think it's going over. Like, it's so funny to me, because I'm like, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
And specifically, like, my two favorite lines, well, obviously she brings in like cautious discretion, which like
that's like a given.
Sense. And then the I don't believe in marriage, because I said that for the longest time.
Yeah.
I like still like, even when I was with Dana, I was like, I don't believe in marriage.
Yeah.
And I was like, marriage is dumb.
Yeah.
And it was just because like, you don't want to need anybody, and that goes back to everybody needing you.
Yeah.
So that was great. That was the first. That was like the first of a bajillion shots she took. Okay.
Yeah.
And
then it was so funny because every time we'd look up, it's like we were like getting just like a
Shot.
rifle, just
Yeah.
over and over again.
Insane. And then the pre-chorus where she goes, "Every eldest daughter was the first lamb to the slaughter."
Yeah. That was a toughie.
So we all dressed up as wolves,
Yeah.
and we looked fire, which is so perfect because as the girl that has started saying slay and fire 3 years after everybody stopped saying it, it just makes sense.
Yeah. People, I think this drew a lot of the, oh my gosh, it's so cringe. And I'm like, yeah, you're feeding the actual literal point.
Yeah, that's the point. As an eldest daughter, I always feel cringe. I just have to work through the cringe as she does.
She does, yeah.
Because she is also peak eldest daughter millennial. And she gets so much shit for it. And she just put it in a song.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's not clocking to you.
It's not clocking to you that she's standing on her millennial business.
Yeah.
But I really liked, I think the lamb and the slaughter and the all of that was really, really good. I personally really liked the part where she sang, one second, because I'm not the baddest and this isn't savage. I'm never going to let you down. I'm never going to leave you out. I think that is so eldest daughter coded because you are sitting with all these complex feelings where you're like, I'm uncool. No one really likes me. I'm trying so hard to fit in and be like someone I'm not and put on this mask of like, yeah, I got it. It's fine. I don't need anyone, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You're trying to do all of that while people are actively poking holes at you.
Yeah.
And still, you're like, I will still never leave you out. That is the core of being an eldest daughter.
Yeah.
You're holding everything together.
Yeah.
And that's...
it's always been your job.
It's always been your job. And I think that's... I really like but I'm never going to let you down. I'm never going to leave you out. Specifically when it comes back to the very end, when she starts talking about the youngest child. Every youngest child felt like they were raised up in the wild, but now you're home. I take that as like she's talking to her younger sibling, like, now you're home and never going to leave you out. I'm never going to break that vow, no matter how complicated things get sometimes with sibling relationships.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I still feel like I'm responsible for this human being, even though I never birthed him.
And, like, I think it's, I don't know, my brother might fully disagree. I don't think he will. But, like, I think it's the fact that he can always, not that I can't find a home with him, but, like, he can always find a home with me.
Yeah.
Because he never had to worry about raising me. So, like, he doesn't even have to think about that. No. He's like, why would you need a home in me?
Yeah. That's,
you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's not even a thought he would have.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, I will always
You're always
home.
leaving that extra space. Like, okay, well, if anything happens, like, here's the extra reserve that I need to make sure that is always there, always present, just in case anything. But, like, that's not a mentality that non-eldest daughters will go through.
Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's our little dissertation on why eldest daughter is actually the perfect track 5. I
loved it.
Yeah.
But I do want to do a definitive rank 5 track.
Yes, I do too.
Ranking.
Because I saw TS tour tips today.
Yes.
And I was like, I screenshotted it because I was like, okay, wait, I need to do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let you take this one because you really love it. Ruin the friendship.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And again, this was something that was solidified after she talked about it.
Yeah.
I really love the production on it because it is her classic, you never see the sad part coming and you're like, oh, like you get to the line and you're like, your face just drops and you're like,
yeah,
who died? Like, oh my gosh, like literally.
Well, like you didn't even clock that in Dana and I listened to it with Apple Music and the lyrics.
Yeah.
Tapas did not.
No. And that was, I hate Spotify for that.
Yeah. Like actually
fix it.
So nuts. Dana complained a lot with TTPD about not having lyrics, which that would have been a nice album to have lyrics.
Yeah.
So then I made sure, like I got a new phone and I was going to buy the subscription anyways, but like I just got a new phone and like you can get 3 months subscription for free. what is Apple Music sponsoring this podcast? Like, why did I have to say that?
They can.
And they can if they want. And I loved it so much. It was so nice. I know people do blind listens all the time and then they go in and read lyrics.
I have sensory processing disorder.
Yeah, like I'm like, wait, what did she say again?
Yeah.
And so it was so funny because we like read all the lyrics and then we were like, yeah, that's crazy that he died. And Tapas goes, who died?
Yeah. I was like, maybe it's like metaphorical.
And I was like, no, she literally says, kiss the gravestone or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think that's a metaphor. And she goes, oh. So we had to like roll it back to listen to it again.
Yeah.
But it was truly Forever Winter Part 2. Like, it was so jarring.
Yeah.
And so beautifully written, I think, in such
100%.
a like beautiful way.
Yeah.
Of like whoever did pass to be honored.
And I think the melody is so fresh and like unique that you really don't see it coming because you're just kind of enjoying the drive of the beat and like the bass line. The bass lines are back.
Yeah.
The bass lines are back and the drums are back and like we love it.
Yeah.
But it really sets you up for like a jaw drop in the middle. And then what happens is, for me, I spent the rest of the song being like, you're like kind of upbeat, and then you know when the world like suddenly zooms out and you're like, oh, like you just kind of and then you really start thinking about it. You're like, oh my gosh. And then she hits you with my advice is always ruin the friendship. And you're like, oh. So the listening experience, I think, is what made this song so enjoyable. And I still,
it's so good.
Honestly, might be one of my top 5.
Yeah, I really love it. I love it in like the actual lyrics. Shocking.
They do tell a story.
They do tell a story.
Shocking.
And they give great advice, honestly. I think about it. It's so funny. Like, we talk about parallels all the time, and I think about it all the time because when she was talking about the song in the movie, and she was like, what would have happened, you know?
Yeah.
And not that I think that I would have ended up with anyone from high school.
Yeah.
But I thought about it pretty soon after because, like, I always just, like, was so, like, don't ruin the friendship. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But then, like, after high school, I found out that there were actually quite a few people that had feelings in return. They just, like, didn't know how to approach it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what would have happened if I just, like, granted, like she said, maybe everything would have changed and we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't think it's as detrimental as we ever make it out to be. Because 10 years down the line, you're only wondering what if. You're not like, that would have ruined my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The things that ruin your life. But then you got to make your own happiness around it.
Yeah. And like, even if it did ruin the friendship,
in the grand scheme of things, is it really that bad?
Yeah, like, and I mean, I've had a relationship that ruined the friendship, and I'm just fine.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
it's not a big deal. We're okay. We've moved on. And everybody does move on.
Yeah.
So, go ruin the friendship. Unless there was someone, please don't do that. Huh? We do not condone cheating.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
I will say I also really found this specifically very endearing because, like she said, she doesn't talk about high school. Like, she doesn't write about high school a lot, and it brought me back to Fearless.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite albums.
Oh my God, when we heard Abigail, I was like...
Yeah, I was like, Abigail's back!
No, truly, like, such a fun friendship, but also, like, it's just so fun having her in 2 songs now.
Yeah.
Like, how special.
And they're both so Fearless coded.
Yes. Yeah. So yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really like it too.
It's great. I will say I relate this more to just taking chances.
Yes.
In general, because what's gonna happen? Worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And I think it's like so crazy because genuinely, and I mean, you're still in your 20s, but now as someone in my 30s,
crazy.
Someone in my 30s, it's so funny because I feel like in my 20s or even my teens, it not working out was detrimental.
The worst thing ever.
Yeah. But now in my 30s, I'm like, oh well, like, move on.
Mind you, you're like age
Yeah.
zero
I'm like
and
months in the 30s, and it's honestly the best era of my life so far.
I personally cannot wait.
Yeah, like I tell everybody, because all of my friends like 27 to 30 are crashing the fuck out, and I was like, bestie, I was there. It was rough.
I think you've prevented my crash out.
Yeah, because it will, like, 30 seems so daunting.
Yeah.
And then I think like Chelsea prevented mine because she was like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
It's great. Even Taylor, like her life has only gotten better. And she's only at 35. So it's like, it's so cool to see because this age just seems so like old.
Yeah. There's an Emma Watson interview about this.
Yeah.
And I
know exactly
love
which
her.
one you're talking about.
She's like, everyone 30 this, 30 that, but like, what? Like,
Yeah. Or like Vidya turning 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, I used to think 40 was so old.
Yeah. But honestly, that's because of our parents.
Yes.
Our parents act like
My parents are like
80 years old. I'm like, guys,
My mom is not even 60 yet, and she has said that she has a couple years left.
Yeah.
That's like insane,
Yeah.
actually.
No, it's wild. I'm like, is something wrong with you? Yes. But
like it just brings it back to like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I wish I listened, and I know it's just a circle of life, but like I wish I accepted that more in my 20s. I think it would have brought me a lot more peace.
yeah.
But now, like being able to live my life in my 30s, you're just able to take more risks.
Yeah.
And I think without risks, there is also no reward.
Mm-hmm.
And the more risks you take, the bigger the reward, which is so fun.
Yeah. Also, it makes your life more interesting. Do it for the plot.
Yeah, do it for the plot. We do everything for the plot.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I also, I had one more thing to say and I forgot. So anyway.
Yeah, that's that ADHD.
I thought that's that old age. I was like, yeah, definitely.
Actually romantic. Let me tell you.
Oh, I have thoughts on this.
This is genuinely shocked about what this song was.
Okay. Yeah.
In comparison to what I thought it was going to be.
What did you? Oh, yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
Like actually romantic. Oh, I ranked it dead in the middle. And I thought it was going to be like, I thought it was going to be like a love song.
Okay, yeah.
Or like talking about like how this relationship is actually romantic and he does romantic things for her and things like that. Mm-hmm. I want to let you know, 3 verses in, I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
In the best way possible, though.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah.
This is a top 5 song for me in the way, like, because I just can relate to it and sing it about so many people.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same for her. I think obviously, like, there are definitely phrases in there that just make sense for a certain person.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, once again, it just, like, I love that, like, Gavin Newsom's using it for Trump. Yeah. Like, iconic.
I love that.
I know this man is going to bring it up in a press conference, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, like, I think there's so many ways we can see it in Taylor's life, but also in our own lives.
Yeah.
It's just so good. And it's, once again, the reframing of things that I wish I had in my 20s that we definitely have in our 30s. The we is Taylor and I.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're well into our 30s. You just don't know yet.
It's okay, I'm well into my 20s.
Yeah.
As my younger friends like to remind me all the time of. Which is fine, because at least I don't have fetus energy.
Yes.
I do. I really do. The fact that I just said that.
Yeah. No, it's just so, like, I just, like, why are you so obsessed with me?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but, like, come on.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because haters, that is just what haters are, is that they just give you energy when, like, you actually just could care less.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't care less.
It is really, I love the way that she explained it, because the sass is not something really that we've seen in a while from her. I will say I did enjoy Brat as an album quite a bit, because it was just something different. I'm not a big Charlie XCX like listener, but I liked Brat and what it stood for. Yeah. Also, it came out in a very like pivotal moment in my life too.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were listening to it in med school. So like it kind of time stamped it that way too. So I have fond memories of it. However, I think it's so interesting how the internet has pit them against each other with this, when this is excluding all the outside of the song stuff. Okay? If you just look at just the songs, they're just talking about their own insecurities and their own feelings. They're not, this is not, people are like, this is the worst diss track ever. It's not a diss track though. It's not it's just, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. It's interesting that you think so much about me. I guess maybe romantic. Like that's literally how I took her explanation of it. And then Sympathy is a Knife, it's literally about, and Girls So Confusing, it's literally about having the insecurities that sometimes other people bring out in you. And it's not a them thing, it's a you thing. And that's literally what those lyrics say in the Brat album.
And so, then like, and you take that, and then you take like what Taylor's saying, and it's like Taylor's saying like, just like reframe it. Because otherwise you'll go crazy.
Because she has taken it personally before. Anyway, so I just think it's so interesting that people are like pitting them against each other based on the lyrics. Of course, I don't know what happened behind the scenes and in real life and all of that. I'm just saying based off of the songs, I'm like, there's a slice of pie for everyone. Like, and also, we all got crowns. It's fine. Like, don't please. Leave us alone.
They're both very successful people. Like, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, we won't know exactly what happened. And that's also okay.
Whatever.
I just think it was well done.
It was well done. Besides the pop media culture of it all, for me personally, I love it. Because like you said, if you do start to feel insecure, or at least for me, like if I'm looking at people and I'm like, oh, I feel really dumb, or like they're so good at this and I'm not good at that, and blah, 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 this, that. Or I hear people talking about me, people pleasing is a huge eldest daughter thing. It's a nice song to be like, actually,
that's so nice of you.
Attention is flattery.
Me.
Like, it's very calming. That's why I like it.
No, I agree. It's great.
So
it's a great little song. And it was so unexpected of what I thought it was going to be.
Oh my gosh, did you see the TikTok creator who called it? She was like, I personally, it was so good. Because her original video, she stitched it. The original video was, I personally think this is going to be about her beef with Charlie XCX. And also, I can cut this out. And also, it's going to be a little gay. And then it flips to her stitching the video, just sipping wine. She's like, oh.
That's so good.
So, like, nailed it.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. People's minds are crazy. I didn't even know there was beef.
Oh, yeah.
That's how bad. I forgot that she opened for her for Rep. I forgot that she, like, hated the audience of Rep and, like, all of that. And, like, I just forgot.
Yeah.
I wasn't big into Charlie XCX, so I had no idea.
Same.
And I just, like, did not clock any of it until somebody, like, did a whole breakdown. And I was like...
Yeah, also Charlie XCX looked so different during Rep. And
yes, I also didn't think they were the same person.
Yeah, the Brat rebrand. And that's another thing I could geek out about, is I love when the branding is done right and the advertising is done right. And, like, there's an interview of her talking about how she picked that ugly ass green.
Yeah.
And, like, there's, like, so much intention behind it. I'm like, yes, I love the artistic vision behind it, because it is ugly, but it was everywhere.
Yes.
It was, like, when you think Brat, you think that ugly color.
Yeah, but it's, like, honestly even no longer ugly.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
And, like, the weird font and the spacing of the...
It just works.
It just works. So, but that is completely different than the...
Yeah, like, the person that she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
I forgot what her eyes looked like, because she always has sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Even during her wedding.
Yeah.
That's just the brand.
That is the brand. And she is on brand.
She's on Brat. I hate myself. You can cut all of this out if you'd like. I think the apples run right to the core. Ha ha.
Thomas is just wanting to get canceled so bad. Getting canceled used to be her biggest fear, and now she's like, please, somebody give me a reason. Somebody give me something.
No, I actually really do like that song.
No, it's so good. We'll get there. We're almost there. Not really. Track number 8 is Wishlist.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much knew what the song, like, I feel like we knew what the song was going to be about. The internet's discourse on it is stupid. In my personal opinion.
I thought it was going to be about capitalism, but it wasn't. Actually, it was the exact opposite.
Yeah. Just like, man, I just want some babies.
Trad wife!
Yeah. Just want some babies in my house, the basketball hoop, and my bread, and my man. My man.
And my bread.
My babies. With big ass hands.
They're gonna be long.
They're gonna be so long. They're gonna be tall kids.
Yeah. The discourse has been insane.
No, the discourse has been nuts, but like, that's the internet.
It's obscene.
And I'm sure she's also laughing at it because she's like, what?
Yeah.
She probably also hasn't seen it because she's busy baking her bread.
Yeah, she probably doesn't go on the internet.
Yeah. And then we've got Wood, which honestly...
I have no comment on Wood. Like, pop off, queen, do your thing.
Redwood Forest was all I really needed to hear, and then I was like, okay.
I will say, I want to know who Daisy is and who Penny is.
Yeah.
Because what is that verse 1? I genuinely don't know what...
I was like, someone's naked. And Thomas was like, what?
She literally just put random words together to throw us off at the very beginning and then was like, psych, like...
Yeah.
The song is actually what you think it is about.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way. And then there was a way.
She found it.
Canceled. We love Canceled. But
I had to reframe it.
Love Canceled.
Yeah.
I do think it is about what we think it is about, but we are reframing it.
Yeah, I'm personally reframing it.
I love this song so much. I think the production...
Yeah.
It is up there. It is so hard for me to pick, like, my number one, because I feel like all 5 songs are number one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Canceled is in the running for number one because it is just so
Whoa. I love
that chorus hit.
No, the chorus is top tier. Oh my gosh. I honestly,
like, who needs ADHD meds?
No,
like,
it like brings everything into focus.
Inject that into me.
I will be very honest. The verses are not my favorite.
Yes.
However, to get to the chorus, and I can't just like skip to the chorus because you have to have the verses there. The waiting through the verses to get oh my god, it's so good. It's so good, and it gets even better at the very end.
Yeah. Ugh. And I honestly like taking it away from like what it could potentially be about. When she is talking about it in the movie, she talks about how like everyone, whether they're a public figure, whoever, gets canceled in their life.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because somebody literally commented on our video earlier today and they were like, I get being a fan, but like, have you ever critiqued her? And I was like, yes, we've gotten canceled.
All we do.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
That's why like our like following isn't as high is because we started this account critiquing her.
Yeah. And
people don't like when you're not just like a blatant fan of somebody and like you have anything bad to say.
Yeah.
And we don't like when you are just a fake fan. Because I think being a fan of someone is understanding the positives and the negatives and then being a whole fan of that.
Yeah.
Versus being like, oh, well, like I hate that, but like it's okay if she does it. It's like, no,
I still hate that though.
Yeah. Like, no, we're not buying all the vinyl variants just because it's Taylor Swift.
No.
We did.
For Midnights.
For 1989.
Oh, yes.
And then Midnights. I don't think I bought them for Midnights because I was like, I'm too broke during the sale.
Yeah. I did get... But I will say...
Midnights made sense, though.
Yeah, Midnights made sense. And to an extent, I think 1989, like... I like the colors and
Yeah.
stuff, but it was getting I was
Yes.
doing it solely because I was like, okay,
I feel like we have to.
I collected it,
Yes,
so I collected
we
it.
started it.
Yeah.
And then we did it for TTPD, and then the 75 boxes showed up on my doorstep.
Yeah.
And we said, oh, hell no.
There's a CD and everything.
And we returned it.
Yeah.
And then that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
This I understand. Now I get why we did this, because
Yeah.
even when I saw that these were coming in, I was like, I didn't order this.
Yeah.
I did order this.
It's different.
It's different, but I do think that the variants are just getting excessive. Anyways, the canceled aspect of it, I think it just is so relatable because everybody does get canceled. And I do think like it's so hard because in this world of like where it's everything is so polarizing, this might be like, I feel like this is going to be misconstrued, but like two
Say it
people are going to
anyway,
watch
whatever.
this. It's going to be us.
Yeah.
I think that it is it's so easy to put people in a box and to be like, that's not like, I don't want to be friends with you, or I can't be friends with someone like that, or like this or that, just based off of what you hear.
Yes.
And then I think the person that you actually get to know and like how they show up for you and this and that is really what matters.
Yeah.
Because like I've had friends that have actually like shown up for me and like been there and just have stood by my side. And it's like, and that's what she talks about, right? Like have just like stood by you.
Yeah.
During like the hardest times of your life when everyone around you was judging you. And I think like that's what's also still so important.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there are big things that we wouldn't be friends in the first place if that was who you were.
Yeah.
But like who am I to judge you on that when like I can't even set those own boundaries in my life?
Yeah.
Because it's so much more nuanced than that.
Yeah.
And people don't like that conversation.
No, yeah. I don't want to comment. I mean, actually I will, because the critique here on when she was saying personally for her, like, I have friends who, you know, whatever, if they get canceled, like, I personally have gone through that, so I'm gonna see how they treat me and whatever, like, all of that, what she was saying, I'm sure she knows this, and I'm sure anyone who has a big following knows this, but like, discerning whether they're being nice to you based off of who you are versus what you can bring to the table, I'm sure. But that's a problem I personally don't have, so I don't have to think about that. The people who I bring into my circle have been vetted. I already know. So then if I hear something negative about them, I'm not gonna cancel them too.
Like,
because
I'm
they've
inevitably
already
gonna
been
get
vetted.
canceled on the internet.
Yeah.
But like, because, you know, I'm just like... Just kidding.
Because anti-intellectualism is on the rise because of capitalism.
Just knew it was gonna come in.
I gotta get the people job.
Yeah, but like I also know that like if I were to get like I feel like you and I and our friend group are like the ones most on the internet.
Yeah.
And I think if you and I were to publicly get, which that would be crazy, but if we got publicly canceled, the people in our lives wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, we hate them.
Yeah. No.
Because they are highly vetted.
Yes.
And we didn't pick people like that.
Yeah. And so that's the one part that I don't relate to with what she was saying, where she was, because to be very honest, and I think the internet has picked up on this, like the friend circle that has come around her in the past few years, it's not great, right? Like, clearly they haven't been vetted all the way. Yeah. So like that's I don't personally relate to that, because anyone who comes into my circle has already checked.
We've got to check a lot of boxes. But also, not to bring it back to this, but I mean, it is a very real conversation. We are also brown. I am also gay. They have to be a level of vetted. Yeah. Before they even want to be our friend. Yeah. So, like, I think this is why intersectionality and, like, recognizing white feminism is so important. Yeah. Because just because they're okay with you, if you were the exact same person but gay, or black, or a person of color, would they still treat you the same? The answer would be no. And if you don't think that, then, like, you might just be the problem. Who said that?
Who said that? Wild.
So anyways, cancel us so we can really just...
I love it.
It's just kidding.
Very rough.
I mean, if you're gonna cancel us because that was the hot take for you, I'm still not the problem there.
Yeah.
So
That's fine, actually.
yeah, that's crazy. Okay, Honey.
Oh, I love it.
I love Honey.
I love it. Yeah.
Talked about it a little bit already, but like I knew exactly what it was gonna be about, and like I just think it's so sweet. It's so darling.
Yeah.
If anybody called me Honey, I would just be so like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like, oh me.
Who little old me?
So it's like it's just such a cutie little song. I didn't expect it to be so like I didn't expect it to be one of the most prominent love songs on here.
Yeah.
But it's very cute and it works very well.
And it's not like in your face. It's just like here has been my past experience and now you've reframed it and I love it for me.
Which ties together the whole theme of the album because it's cohesive and it flows with the lyrics if you read them.
Also, might I add, because I will never shut up about the production on this album, this is the song I was thinking about it actually today when we watched it. I want, what's his name? Of course I'm forgetting it. John Batiste.
Oh, yes.
This is a song that I want John Batiste to listen to and do his little interpolations on the piano because it is so like the way it's mixed, I think after the second verse where they do a little piano riff, there's a little bit of piano in the back too going on, and it's so good. It's the beats are crisp. It's laid back, it's relaxed. You don't feel like the song is what it is. Like you're not like, okay, what's next? Like it is what it is, and it's cute.
This whole album was just so well produced.
It's what Sweet Nothing thinks it is, but it's not.
Yeah. Big Sweet Nothing haters here. Finally, we have The Life of a Showgirl with Sabrina Carpenter. And I didn't love this song when I first heard it. Like, it wasn't like, I knew it was going to be my bottom half for sure. And we ranked it pretty low in our initial rankings, and I thought it would stay true to that until we got more lore on it and until we watched the movie. And the fact that we're in it.
Yes.
She like, it really ties it all together, and it is the perfect. And I think she intentionally picked it as the last song of the album, and it just wraps up an entire era of her life, which is so insane. The fact that her whole life's work has been wrapped up into this one song that ends perfectly in this one last album of an era is perfection.
It's beautiful, especially because I don't really think we've gotten an album closer like this before, where it's the title track and usually the title track is somewhere dispersed in the middle, and it just is like and it, like, for example, Lover. I know Lover as a song is what she wanted the era to encapsulate.
Yeah.
The era was not love. Like,
no, we know.
That's a different discussion. But, like, the title tracks have never really felt aligned with the rest of the album, if that makes sense. But and then they're also not put at, like, the last, first or last. But this is a closer, and it just wraps everything up, like you said. And then also, I think it shows so much growth over her perception of being famous and how she's dealt with that. Because every song that we've gotten before, like The Lucky One or Nothing New, it's been Antihero. It's been very, like, I'm struggling with this, like, major.
Like, I'm not good at this. Like, what is going to happen if this doesn't work out? Yeah. And this is very much like,
I did it. I mean, I'm just married to the hustle.
Yeah.
She says.
And, like, she is immortal. Like,
the
legacy
has legacy.
Yeah. Like, she doesn't need to do anything more.
Yeah.
And she could end it right here and it would all work out. And, like, that's really what it felt like. I know people are like, it's over. Taylor Swift is over.
Before TS 13, guys.
Absolutely not.
No.
This girl loves what she does. There's no way. But I do think the Eras Tour felt like the end, but it didn't really feel like it was over. This feels like everything for the last 18 years is being wrapped up, and we're truly going to enter a whole new era in the future, which is just so exciting. Like, I love that. And I think
it's like
it
a
just
start of a decade.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
The end of an era, but the
start of a decade. And it's just so fun. So I'm just so excited to see like what she does. Hopefully it's a break and like marriage, because that's what she wants.
That's literally what she said she wants.
We can now say that she wants that because she's told us.
Yeah.
But it's just so fun. Like, it's so fun. I think it's the perfect track, and Sabrina was great on it. Like, their voices are so angelic together. Like, it's stunning. But that's our whole debrief of literally a deep dive into every single song and how we feel.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see our rankings now and then our rankings in like a month or two to see if they'll change.
Yeah.
But we'll do that obviously over on our other stuff. But thank you so much for listening to us yap. We've missed you guys. Let us know what else you want to hear from us. Podcast style. We're trying to do this more often.
Yap all we want. All day long.
All day long. Now we got a whole new thing going. Like, it's going to be fun. We're coming back at least a few more times this year.
Yeah.
We have to.
This year?
This year.
This year?
We've got holidays coming up.
That's true.
We have to.
That's true. Yeah.
There's also like a very exciting thing happening this year.
Yes. Not the one that's already happened for our showgirl, the other showgirl.
Yeah. I did say it had to happen in the same year as Taylor Swift. So it is happening this year.
It is happening.
And who else better to get the first exclusive than us?
Yeah.
To talk about our own life. Is it an exclusive if it's our own life?
Sometimes things happen and I'm like, I didn't know this was happening. I know these are the consequences of my own actions, but like,
wait, no, we have to podcast debrief with you though, because you know all the tea.
Oh yeah, I know all the tea.
We need to see the documents and everything.
I'm holding so much information right now that you have no idea about, but you will by the end of this year.
Yeah, we have to do a sit down debrief.
Yeah.
So we'll bring it back. It's gonna be so fun, and I'm just so excited. Thanks for coming back into town.
Oh my gosh, always.
We love you so much. Bye.
I was gonna say Happy New Year. I was like, why would I say that?
Because that is what you said last time.